So I think we are back. So for some reason, OBS keeps on muting myself. Like, let me first. So let's add some filters. So I think we are back. So for some reason, OBS keeps on muting myself. Like, let me first. Yeah, so I think now. Let's add some filters. Okay, so today, guys, we've barely wasted a lot of time. Anyway, so don't bother about Nnet here. So I'm still trying to figure out how this tool work. So I've even managed to pull the Docker image container, or I don't know, image or container on the localhost. But that's story for another day. Today we are here talking about Amazon Q. Okay, let me close this. Amazon Q. So can Amazon Q literally build something? That's what we are about to test today. And they also have one of the amazing tools as well. So they also have an editor called Kiro. So Kiro is just an alternative to Cursor, and it's free right now. It's on a, I think, preview thing, so you can get it installed, by the way. And it's one of the easiest AI editor IDE that I've seen out here that is so simple when it comes to set it up and create stuff very quick and move fast. Yep. So Kiro is one of my best, like I think one of my recommended editors so far. And again, one of the cool feature about Kiro is that it comes, like as you can see on my left here, we have something called, let me just add this to be a little bit more big. Let me zoom in. On my left, there's something called agent steering. Like this is like like what it does, it creates some document or some project overview about that particular project you're working on. And once it has like a fully understanding on that particular project, and then it will just go ahead and create this .kiro. It's just like a .casa role, but this time it has more advanced stuff. Like it has more context of what the project looks like, and like this is one of the best thing I've ever seen. Like it's create for you a requirement, like a markdown file, which outlines everything about the project. And it also do a design point of view. We're just going to design the entire project, so what's gonna what's needed, and all those kind of stuff. And it also create a task. Now this is one of the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Now with this task, you're able to build your entire project step by step by following this task. Now remember, this task, you're not the one who's creating them, so it's Kiro, and it's just going to use this task, and based on the design and requirements from your project, and then it's just going to tell you to execute those commands one by one at a time. And one thing, if you're using it, so there will be this weird error here, like too many requests, please wait before try again. This is just a common thing, and by the way, at the end of the day, it's free, so no one is paying for it. So you can imagine those requests that are coming in, like everyone is trying to use the software, and mind you, it's free at the moment. So like I believe millions of developers, even thousands of developers are using it right now. So yeah, by the way, and one thing here is that I did realize is if you are using this thing from East African time, this thing work best, like it will give you the best on the daytime, morning hours, and evening hours it may give you some weird, like these too many requests, please wait and then try again. That's a common thing. Yeah, by the way, this is just a heads up, one of the new Amazon editor that ever existed there. So anyway, so today we're talking about Amazon Q, like the AI extension for Visual Studio Code that helps you build full stack application within your code, and the rest happens. So with me here, I do have a empty Next.js AI thing. So you can learn more about Amazon Q on their Amazon aws.amazon.com/Q and get more context on how it works. But for today's stream, we're just going to test it. Can it really code? That's the question, right? And that's the question that I've been asking myself, and I believe you've been asking yourself too. So with me here, as I said, it's an empty Next.js project. So how I love to build stuff, or how I love to work within AI environment, is that I always create the project first. And once I have the project created first, because there's no need to tell AI to create for us npx create Next.js. That's kind of a damn it thing. So we're just going to do that by ourselves. And the way we do this, one thing is I'm using Ubuntu with Omakub. So I could just press Window T and I could center my Visual Studio Code on W and X, and that's where we were going to have it. And we could set our Chrome on E and D, and we could just really adjust it to be as much as we want it, and we could make it more long, because again, always when working on framework projects, always start mobile first. Anyway, so if we do ls here, we got nothing. So I'm just going to paste my command, and at the end of the command, I'm just going to add a dot to simply to just create the Next.js project in that particular project. So that this so I always go by default. I also go default, no, yes, and no, and this is just going to create for us a Next.js project. So while this is happening, we're just gonna sit, relax, and enjoy. And by the way, remember, it's all about AI, so we are not here to waste our time or use our brain to build stuff nowadays. So yep, so I'm just going to give some time, and once it's done, we're going to do the second thing, and now we're going to use our AI to build stuff. Okay, so let's give it a try, and as we wait this to finish up, and we see what to do next. All right, so it's done. So by the way, if you have any question, just feel free to drop on the comment section. I may answer you. Anyway, so now we have the project set up for us. Now the next step here is so it's done. So now what I'm going to do next here is I'm just going to chat with the AI, and first I want to make sure it has a context of what the project is about, and two, I want to set up Shardcn UI for my projects. By the way, I don't know who's not using Shardcn UI now. So tell me more about the project. This is always like to confirm if whatever editor you're using, AI edit you're using, it has like a full context of the framework that you're working on. Okay, so we're getting this appears to be a standard Next.js starter template with a modern best practice optimized font, ready to deploy configuration. It's just set for intermediate whatever, and it also gives us some of the useful resources to go and do more stuff there. Okay, so one way to do this, it's either by, I want to try to, let me just 1 second. I want to try to build this landing page. So I'm just going to take a full screenshot of it, very quick. So we are going to use AI, the Amazon Q extension, AI extension, to build the Amazon website. All right, so save this. And we're going back to the editor. So we're going back here. So can we add something here? Okay, yep, we could. Let's go to images and then open this. Okay, so must be not more than 3 whatever. So how long is the file? Okay, so we could do image resizer, something like that, if it still exists anyway. And then we're going to select our image there. So this is 4.8. Actually, that's only 1% difference. And okay, so we want to still keep it on whatever MB, and then we just want to make it like something like 3.0. No, 3. Let's just say 3. Save as what? We want to save it as a PNG. Now, for PNG, it's giving us more complicated thing. Okay, it was WP or sorry. We don't want to give it a by size, width, whatever. Let's just export this and see if we will reduce that image by what. So okay, let's see what do we get here. Okay, 1.34. that can work, and I believe we are still getting the same image quality. Yep, that's the same image. So let's go back to, okay, we add image and then downloads, and then this is 5. Oh, okay, it was 5 actually, if not 4. And then we're going to add that. Oh damn. All right, so what's again this? So we need also to check the height of the image. Okay, 800 pixels, 8000 pixel must be more, no more than 8000 pixel. So if we go back here, this is 920 by 920. Okay, makes sense now. So can we redo it here? So we need to have 8000 by 8000. The height, do we really care about the height? Oh man, let's do 1200 by 8000. Yeah, So we're going to export. Okay, that's fair enough. So we go back, image, download the second one. Let's see, do we get any error? No. Okay, cool. So now we do have the Amazon image. So I think the next command is help me build the above web app using Tailwind and shared CNUI. So we're gonna press enter for that, and let's wait for the magic. Okay, so I will help you build this Amazon key website using, okay, it's so good that it did get a context of what the website is about. That's perfect. And so now we need to run the shared CN in it. Perfect. So the D means to escape those questions. Okay, that's too smart. I see there's an issue with Tailwind v4. Let me check the current Tailwind configuration. Okay, so we need to, now this is where we go auto mode. You know, our work is just to accept yes and no's, yes and no, run and no. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we're just here to test out and see, and it really build. Okay, so we need to create a project. Okay, that's a limp project, and it did add a for code. Now let me create this. Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna mute myself, and then I'm just going to accept all the default stuff, and then we're going to see the end and the result. All right, so it's like we are live now. Let's run this thing. Okay, localhost 3000. So I'm just going to visit that and see what do we get. You know, that's our first prompt. Oh wow, too close. Okay, okay, not bad. Okay, let's see if the nah, not exactly, but I love the, you know, the combined colors here. So okay, now let's add more context. So I'm just going back here and then start by saying Okay, looks good. Let's add more context so that we match with the Amazon Q main site, plus make sure the colors are well mixed. Okay, enter. But first try, and then we're getting this. That's fantastic. And how responsive is this thing? Let's see. Okay, not bad. But we are trying to get as much as closer to the landing page here. So let's go back. We'll enhance. Okay, let's we're just having a cool time and chill. All right. So the second trial, and perfect. So we have a nice, when you take a look at the hero sections, we have a nice blur effect coming in. Okay. And the nav by sticky, that's perfect. So somewhere close to this. Okay. So we have, Amazon Q business, Q for developers, learn more, add question. Okay, so these cards are so terrible and okay, not bad. So let's go back again. Yeah, true. Now let's try to edit card. make the card. Okay, I don't know why I always love to use modern, and each time I interact with AI, since it's a modern thing, so we want to make it modern as well. Okay, all right. Did get some context first, and then did grab the code. Now it's working on it. So let's see how good can it, make these cards looks fantastic. And oh, perfect. That was just an instance. Okay, not bad, not bad if you ask me. And I love the how hover effects comes in. Very pretty good. Okay, as well, we need to also work on the get started one. I think this is CTA, if I'm not wrong. So we're gonna remove that code. We are looking for stocks, footer, production section. Yeah, there we go, CTA. And then I'm just gonna use make the card modern and nice looking. All right, so let's see what we get. Okay, so this is so interesting. Now, with only few commands, we are able to get this. Now, the next step is gonna be, okay, let's test this thing. Okay, so add all missing route. Okay, let's give it another try and see what we get. Okay, so it's gonna give us a shell. Okay, it's going to create a product folder: solutions, resources, pricing, developer, business, docs, and support. That's fantastic. So while this is happening, just take a look. Wow, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's almost like perfect. It's more even, it's 10 times perfect than the Amazon Q website itself. The only thing we missed is this one here. The images like customers, transfer. Yeah, we missed this one. So, and we also missed the brand and then what's new and yep, get started probably. And then the rest, which is fine because okay, all right, so let's go to product. All right, so we get that, but I don't know if it uses the next link or it's just using the the normal link tag, the HTML link tag, because as you can see, the page is it loads too much. Okay, so we're gonna say I can see the route, or I can find, but are missing a lot of things. Plus use next link with a nice routing. Plus add use navigation from Next.js. Okay, press enter for that, and let's see what we get. Overall, this is just wow, fantastic. So let's give it a try, and I'm just gonna mute my mic for the noise. Okay, so now the pages are more perfect, and we get the active link from our next navigation. So if you go to solution, that's what's up. So we get in that, resources, we get that, and also pricing, we get that. So now only few couple of things here. Now we are missing the sign in and get started. But before we do the sign in and get started, let's first make sure the routes cards are well designed. So for the context, we're just going to add. Okay, so product. Okay, let's try again. So it should be code. Okay, I'm not getting the autocomplete stuff. Let's try folders, and then we add developer. We add another one, folder pricing, and folder docs, and folder we're going to add resource. We don't have resource. Okay, and then folder we're going to add solutions, and then last but not least, support. So make sure all route are well modern and uses shared CNUI components. Send that to the AI and then let's see what we get in return.